G'day and welcome to Age of Conan, Unchained, as it happens to be called nowadays. When I originally got this game, it was called Age of Conan Hyborian Adventures. It was released in 2007 or 8, I think. But they've transitioned to a free-to-play model called Age of Conan Unchained. So anyone can go and get this game on Steam currently and start playing in the world of Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian. This will be a Let's Play series, and we'll try and do an episode or two a week and start to progress through the world of Hyboria. But this is the character selection screen. You're on a slave ship. You can select male or female. The female are in the back in the female slave quarters, and the male are here rowing the boat. This character here, we will meet at another point in time. But we'll start to create a character. I'm going to go with a male. Men are in the harsh and brutal world of Hyboria grow to be strong and quick-witted. There are 4 cultural backgrounds that you can choose from. I won't say races because they're all the race of men. But there are the Aquilonians. They proudly hail from the most powerful and advanced nation in all Hyboria. Predominantly worship the god Mitra, who is almost like a Zeus-like god. Conan, though a Sumerian, sits on the Aquilonian throne in Tarantia. Aquilonians can never become sorcerers. So they don't take in the dark arts. Although they can now be a necromancer by the looks of it. Then we have the Sumerians, of which Conan the Barbarian is a Sumerian. Sumerians are a northern race of barbarians, fair-skinned and dark-haired. They're renowned for their physical strength, warrior prowess, and honor. Their uncaring god is called Crom. This is the homeland of Conan. Sumerians distrust the supernatural and never become sorcerers as well. Which, that makes sense. But I never understood the Dark Templar in a Sumerian build. But I reckon I might do a Sumerian, but we'll have a look at these others to begin with. There are the Stygians. Stygians are dusky-skinned southerners with straight and noble features. They come from the desert lands ruled by priests of the dark snake god Set. Stygia is famous for producing powerful priests and sorcerers. It says here Stygians can never become sorcerers, although they are now able to be a Dark Templar, so you can have a Stygian tank. And the final one, which is actually an expansion pack character, but I have got access to it, is the Khitan. The Khitan are a slender with sharp features and parchment yellow skin. Khitai is one of the few lands to openly embrace sorcery, and practitioners of dark arts are often held in high esteem. The Khitan culture is insular. They have little interest in conquering other lands, and they reject the barbarism of their Hyrcanian neighbours. So I could be a Khitan. Down here you can select normal or unconquered. Unconquered's like a hardcore mode, but the only thing hardcore about it is that you get rewards, and I think they're all cosmetic rewards, based on whether or not you can complete the game and level without dying. But it doesn't make it any harder. And the game continues if you do die. You just lose your unconquered status. So there's no reason not to choose unconquered as far as I'm aware. The classes, there are 4 class archetypes. So there's the soldier, which are heavy armor wearing warriors essentially, and that's where you get your tanking classes. Guardian is sword and shield. Dark Templar is sword and shield as well, but with some magic. And then Conquerors are usually 2 one-handed or a 2-handed weapon, no shields. Priests are the healers. So if you're an Aquilonian, you have the Priest of Mitra. Stygians have Tempest of Set. And then Sumerians have Bear Shaman, as do the Khitan. Rogues are like a DPS style class, but a non-magical DPS. So there's the Barbarians. Barbarians are wild and untamed fighters that utilize speed and non-conventional attacks to damage their opponents, sacrificing armor to achieve their goal. So they wear light armor, but dish out a lot of damage. So they're almost like a glass cannon style build. The thing with Barbarians is the more they fight, they can actually increase a buff that is like a self-heal. So it continues to keep them fighting. There's the Assassin, which is your typical rogue, so daggers and striking from the shadows. And then your Ranger, which is your ranged rogue, so using crossbows or your bows and attacking from distance. And then there's the Mages, which are the magical DPS classes. The Demonologist summons a demon to assist them and uses fire-type magic. The Herald of Zotli is a very unique class. I've not seen many other classes in other games similar to that, but they're basically a sword, two-handed sword-wielding mage, sworn to serve Zotli, who is a dark god. In demonic form, they can also become a demon themselves, which is interesting. And then Necromancers revive the dead, command them, and also do ice type magic. But we're going to go for a Sumerian. Find a good base to start from. That's pretty cool with the bear scars across his chest. And I reckon we'll go Barbarian. We're going to be in the world of Conan the Barbarian, so we may as well be a Barbarian ourselves. Interestingly, Barbarian is actually like a descriptor used for the different kinds of civilizations. So there is a civilized society, which you would call the Aquilonians, which means they have a form of government. They live in cities, much more like medieval style civilization. And then there's barbaric civilizations, which the Sumerians are like, where they're more like hunter-gatherers, nomadic, more Stone Age, even though they have deciphered the riddle of steel and use steel and metal weapons and tools. They do live a more nomadic, barbaric lifestyle in tribes. And then the last one are the Savages, which are like the Picts, where they live really as Stone Age tribes. Very savage, kill or be killed style society. But we'll be one of the Sumerians. We're going to be a barbarian and a rogue. We'll just look for a cool base to start from. The guy's got a pretty good looking base there. So Sumerians, we're going to be a muscular Sumerian and a tall Sumerian. That skin color's pretty good. I liked the idea of that cut by the bear on my chest. Or there's the saber chop on the arm. Dagger cuts on the shoulder. But I like to think we were sent into the wilds as a child to prove our worth. And we fought a bear and returned. Well, we won't have any markings on our face. A long beard. Or a short beard. A long beard does look pretty good. Sumerians are dark-haired. Let's have long, dark hair. And ice blue eyes. Although the brown hair does look a bit... Let's go back and have a look. It says, known for their physical strength, fair-skinned and dark-haired. See, we can do these other hair colors. See, that dark blonde and red is more along the lines of the Veneer and the Asir, which are like the Nordheiming time erases. We've got brown. That would be more an Aquilonian style, I think. We've got grey. Do we do the dark black? Or do we do the brown? Untamed long sounds a bit... I like that, but I just don't like this thing hanging out the back. We'll go untamed long. We'll go our long beard. Oh, long moustache. That's pretty cool. Common moustache. It's a braided beard as well. I think I'll go with the long style beard, like Leonidas. And we'll have the brown hair, I think. Do we just go black hair? Black hair, blue eyes, just like Conan himself. No, I like the texture you can see in that. Let's go with that. Albeit, we will look at this for the vast majority of the game. We do get a random starter garment, so hopefully we don't end up with this uncomfortable looking red loincloth. But now we have to think of a name for our mighty warrior. The hardest part in any MMO is claiming your name. I've got Asgalad in my Lord of the Rings playthrough, which is more a noble knight style name, but I need to think of something a bit more warriorish. Conan as... Oh, I'm not even typing, am I? Asgore. Asgore the Barbarian. Asgore. Actually, what about Ragvar? Ragvar the Barbarian. He looks a bit like a Ragvar. Let's see if Ragvar is available. Oh, the other thing we can change is our voice set, actually. No, too high pitched. Oh, that could be the one. Not that one. I've heard that one in Conan Exiles. That might be the one. Voice set 3. Ragvar the Barbarian. Unconquered Sumerian Barbarian. Let's do it. Enter game. Accept. Now I'm playing on the PvE server. There's 2 servers, PvE and PvP, but I'm playing on the PvE server because from the little reading I did on forums and stuff, it seems to be the more populated server. So at least then we might be able to see some more people. And I'm not the best at PvP either, so I'm more interested in the story and the lore as we go, so. Appears a ship has sunk and we've fallen into the ocean. I have played this game a little bit. I had it on pre-order, so this is actually a collector's edition of the game. It comes with some little extras, which I'll show at some point. But, yeah, I never actually got off this starting island of Tortage.
This is Tortage, the pirate haven, jewel of the Barachan Isles. To the west is Atlantis, silent and dead under the open ocean. Eastwards lies Hyboria, where the world's doom rises. But your life is ending, even as I speak. The slave master from your vessel runs through the wilderness to reach the city. Slaves are forbidden within the walls, and if he tells the guards your ship carried a cargo of flesh, you will be left outside to rot in the jungle. If you enter Tortage city, find the old seer, Nadini. Tell her Calantes of Ibis sent you. Now go, find Sadur. Buy your life with his death.
Like any good MMO, you start as a prisoner. Or an RPG, rather. You start as a prisoner. If you don't start in prison, or on your way to prison, or escaping prison, then it's probably not going to be a good MMO. So here we have our character. We're on Tortage Island. I actually have a UI mod because I play in 1440p. And this game is optimized for 1080 maximum, so the UI is way too small. But we'll just set some stuff up. We'll keep our chat going here, but we might change our font size to large. There's a couple of little bits of pieces in here I want to change. So I want to change the number of quests in my quest tracker to be maximum. I want to change the damage number to be twice as big. 2 times. How opaque the target magic cone target circle should be. 70%. Show shields. Enable mouse targeting on itself. Name tags. HUD. Advanced. So yeah, I'm playing in 1440. I've got maximum quality because the game is obviously very old. And even though my machine's not the greatest, it works. But before we start, just a quick disclaimer for this game. Did that? I might not have. No, I didn't. I thought that looked a little bit small. Apply. Okay. Let's check that damage number again. Yeah, just a quick disclaimer. Obviously, the world of Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian. That's a bit better. It's a mature world. So, there is death, debauchery, deception. It's all about kill or be killed and survival in its brutal, basic nature. Well, let's get cracking. These are the tips, so it tells you how to move around, looking around, getting started. This window can be resized, a walkthrough of the beach area, but we're not going to worry too much about that. We'll get rid of that. One quick tip, if you've not played before, the first thing you should do is dive into the water here. There is a swim mechanic, which tells you how to swim around. But if you dive down here, there's a chest. We get ourselves a healing potion and 2 blue pearls. Sometimes you get a ring in there. We'll get rid of that. Throw our healing potion down here. We'll go over and we'll do some combat. There's Calanthus. His poor old knee. He had to kneel twice in that cutscene. That's just a bug that's been there for a very, very long time. And essentially, it's not going to get fixed. Funcom has all but abandoned this game. They maintain 2 servers. But support for the game is pretty poor. It actually took me several weeks after lodging a ticket to even hear anything from anybody, and it was only when I started to pester people on forums that I got a response, because I was trying to recover my collector's edition account. So in terms of the combat mechanics in the game, it's pretty unique, especially for the melee classes. Like your caster classes are your typical sort of like tab targeting cast spells style class. But the melee classes have combos. And as you can see here, our strikes at the moment, we have an overhead attack, upper right, upper left, and then later on you'll get lower left, lower right. And I think there's a reverse swing as well. But when we level up, which we should level up, we kill at least one of these guys. There we go. So that's our first combo, sweep. So you hit sweep, and then upper left, and that initiates the combo. And there is a random chance when doing a combo that you can also do a fatality, which is basically an insta-kill. And the fatalities all have their own animations based on the weapon type or the spell you're casting. Skills and skill points. So if we have a look at our character, which is P, our run speed will max out. We don't need to worry about climbing yet. But as you can see, there's still a few people that play within the game. Let me just check if this is where you get your claims. No, so the stuff's not there yet. I think I actually need to... log out and then log back in, and then I'll have my collector's edition claims, one of which is a ring that helps me with XP. So I don't want to kill too many people before I equip that ring. So let's just have a look. We'll log out. We'll log back into Ragvar. Okay, we're back. Now let's have a look. Inventory, claims. There we go. So these are all the things I have. I've got the Ring of Acheron, which we will get. We'll get the Kosalan Talisman of Clarity. I don't know why I have that. The Drinking Cape is actually a pretty cool cosmetic item that also gives you free drinks in taverns across Hyboria. And the Barbed Cloak is another cosmetic item, but I don't need those at this point. I just want these things. I've got a mount too, the Ice Bear. Why is level 20? Okay. So, let us put on our Ring of Acheron. 218 in our neck. There we go. As you can see, the stuff shows up. Although that necklace doesn't really suit. Does a ring show up on your finger? No, no ring. Look at us. Man, we're a mean looking fellow. Well, let's go see what's going on here. Scream from this helpless lady chained to this post. Someone in need of aid. Waking up on a strange beach. I cannot remember who I am. I was helped by a man named Calanthus. He told me I should go to the city of Tortage to learn about my past and about the strange mark I have on my chest. He said there was another survivor, the slaver from the ship. I must find him and kill him before he reaches the city. Conversations. We'll go into a conversation now, and she is a quest giver because she has an exclamation mark over her head.
A friendly face among so much ugliness.
By the gods.
Free me, I beg you. Those brutes set upon me in a park less than an hour ago and ran me down as I fled. Animals.
Brutes. Who did this to you?
I was a captive of the tyrant of Tortage. Though I managed to flee after 3 days in the less than tender care of his Red Hunt soldiers. I hoped to hide outside the city until they forgot about me. I was chased down by the scavenger and his raiders.
How do I free you?
The scavenger has the key. He's a petty raider captain from Tortage. He and his small gang are nearby. Slit that bastard's throat and loot his corpse. Please, don't leave me here.
I seek the city. Do you know the way?
There's a winding path to the east, and I'll show you the way if you take me with you. It won't be an easy walk, for all day I've heard voices calling out. Some just raiders drinking and making merry, others savage howls, likely Picts in their hunting paint.
I'll hunt down this scavenger.
Please, hurry! He's on the beach picking through the bones of the sunken ship. I'll never forget your help.
Now, all the quest text in this starting island is actually voiced, which is pretty cool. There's the nearby scavenger. We can look on the map. As you can see, there's quest markers here. But once we get off this starter island, I think that's only the main quest that's voiced. Too easy. Savage Rage. +2 weapon damage. So, critically injuring your foe increases your damage. So if we do a critical, we get a buff that increases our damage. But not only that, so it pays us to just keep fighting. There's a Barbarian. One thing you might notice is these shields. Ooh, there's our first fatality. So those shields, there is a mechanic. The pirate's top. We'll throw some armor on. There is a mechanic where you can move those shields around. Can't actually remember what. I have no idea what that is. Oh, that's my block. Active blocking. But I never block. But yeah, so these, you'll do the most damage where these shields are not. So this guy's got 3 on the left, so an overhead or a right attack will do the most damage. So the idea is that you try and pick an attack that's going to suit the direction that you with the least shields. We'll take out these crocs to get our XP up anyway. I think there's another one around here. Yes. We'll just destroy some crocodiles. We opened the bag and got the key already. Completing quests. Attacks can hit multiple enemies too, as you can see. So if you can, face in the direction where the most enemies are. What have we got there? Small mangled fang. Let's pump that up. Pump that up. There are climbing points. It's not free climbing like Conan Exiles, but there's climbing points, and you have to have a certain level of climbing skill to use them. To use that point. Daily challenge complete. I've killed 20 enemies already, and I've done 1 fatality. So we need to do more fatalities. Because the daily challenge will give us 5 silver. And that will allow us to buy a bigger bag as soon as we get into Tortage. We've cleared all that out now, so let's head back and free Casilda if she's still hanging around. Put our stem bar down there. So that's your health bar. That's my energy bar, I guess you could call it. And basically, when I use one of these, it uses that's stamina rather. But the stamina cost is for my attacks. This stamina bar is only for my sprinting. Let's head into the jungle. You have been ill-used, Casilda. I'll protect you now.
And I will thank the gods each dawn that you found me here. Come then, to the city. Maybe once we're safe, I'll reward you for your efforts.
Goodbye.
Gods go with you.
So she should now, after that little jump, accompany us into the jungle. Start with taking out some of these pillagers. Different weapons have different ranges too, so that guy should be able to hit me from all the way back there. But my broken ore will not necessarily be able to get him. Didn't drop anything. Etu Arg. He's a jungle boss. Another gold tooth. Here's a dagger, but I can't use this dagger as a barbarian. Take out his panther. So we've got another skill now, slam. Slam does a knockback and knockdown, but that knockback effect ceases after level 6, at which point the skill actually becomes all but useless, really. Not having good drops here. Oh, we got ourselves some pirate pants. Sea dog shorts. And our pirate's garish top. Here's our slam. Try and do as many combos as we can to try and get those fatalities going. Heavy jungle club. So that's an upgrade from our current one. See what he's got in his chest here. Pearl and a potion. Let's go. Another gold tooth. Where are you, pillager? Another gold tooth. Ah, here we go. Sea dog boots. Looking more pirate-like as the further we go in. Look at this. Some kind of sacrifice has been made here to some of the demon gods. Few misses there. Oh, what have I done there? Let's see. What did he have? Another gold tooth. The pirates must have a good dental plan here. It's all good to sell, though. Some marksmen. What have we got? Another gold tooth. And a poacher's gaff. I do like my big lump of wood, though. Oh, these poachers are getting attacked by a pict. So the reason why it's described as a bat pict is the picts are broken into tribes. I think we're attuned to that. That's a respawn point, which hopefully we won't need to use as we keep our unconquered status. But the bat picts are obviously a tribe of picts that worship some kind of bat. Oh, we missed our combo. What did they drop? He dropped a nose bone. Let's keep going around here. We'll attack this guy first. Another fatality. Fatalities actually give you stamina regen, magic damage multiplier, and another damage multiplier. So if you can keep fighting after your fatality, you're going to be doing more damage. And there's Sidua, the slave master.
Who stands before Sadur?
I know you, slaver. You wielded the lash aboard that accursed ship.
It seems the gods smile upon Sadur this day. I thought I was the only one to survive, but it seems some of my property was spared. Come, I'll clamp irons around your throat and put you to work, slave.
Put me to work over my dead body, you wretched bastard.
That's my intent, slave. The gate here is locked, and a creature, some kind of beast, it guards the key in the ruins nearby. Come, we must be swift. While the demon feasts upon your flesh, I'll take the key and make my way to the city. Are you ready?
So arrogant. No, Sidua. It'll be a pleasure to beat you to death, you son of a whore.
You would die if you tried to taste that pleasure. Sadur is a practical man. He will make you a promise. If you survive the demon's feast, he will take you to Tortage and sell you there. Is that not fair, slave?
Your days of dealing in flesh are over. Come and die, Sidua.
Brave words from one who has worn a slave's chains. The shame of servitude finally overcame your cowardice, did it? But tell me, is it not better to live as a slave, fight me, and your bones will bleach under the Barachan sun. Kneel now, and I will forget this play acting of you possessing a backbone.
I am a slave no more, dog. I am free, and I am your death.
Though you bear the mark and are worth much to me, slave master Ulrich despises troublesome property. You will not sacrifice yourself to the demon? Bah! The great serpent shall.
Let's beat his body. So you see all his shields are at the top now, so the overhand attack is not good. I'll keep doing lefts and rights. And any of my combos. Goodbye, Sadur. He's got a scimitar. Reach level 5. So we got a new combo then, Cutting Strike. We'll put our one there. Cutting Strike, which is a mid combo. Kick and a hit. And then Stunning Punch is another stun. Learned a social ability, Sumerian Dance, and I've learnt the ability to hide. So let's have a look at the abilities. We can hide. Stick that there. We can rest, which is a heal over time. We're just resting. Path of Azura is our return to where we are. We've got a crouch. Dash. Other. Nothing there. Alright, shake out those legs. Let's have a look. So we've got this 7.7 DPS, but it gives me 1 strength. Let's use a sword for a bit. A one-handed sword. Actually, I can use the sword with the poacher's gaff. Another nose bone. Another nose bone. But if you see, I can't use these two one-handers and do that combo because that's a two-hander combo. Ooh, twist in the guts. Jungle boots. They look the same, except my toes stick out. Let's keep the Sea Dog boots on. So actually, killing Sadur now does give you the key. So I can go through that gate. I already have the key. But if I go along this section here, there's actually a boss down here you can fight. I'll get some more XP and I'll get some more things I can sell when I get into town. Another nose bone, nothing else there. Another nose bone. There's another boss over here. Back pick shaman. He drops a bow, I think. There goes a head. Flaky crocodile skin. I think I'll keep my pirate top on. What else do we get? We got a bow and some arrows. There's a chest in here too. We're doing our fatalities for our daily too. One more fatality and our daily's done. Then we just got to worry about completing the quests. Destroyed. Oh, that was pretty brutal. There we go, that daily challenge is complete. Let's gather up more of these guys while we got that fatality buff. The fatalities are actually really cool in this game. It does make it a unique way. You're not just constantly slashing with the same attack. The combos are cool too because it makes melee combat a little bit more interesting, and they get more complicated as you get a bit more level. I think there's like up to 3 or 4 different combo buttons you can use depending on the attack that you do. We're at the end of this section now, and there's Far... I don't know how to pronounce that. Farkuth. A giant boss. The cool thing about Conan the Barbarian is obviously, like, the original author, Robert E. Howard, he had his vision for an early Earth. And the Hyborian age and the cultures, a lot of them are based on real-world cultures. The Sumerians, for example, eventually become the Celts. The Picts. Well, the Pictic nation was originally the Scottish nation, I believe. The Stygians are obviously a take on ancient Egypt. There is the Turanians, which are like Middle Eastern. The Katai are the Chinese, and then there was also a Japanese style culture as well. So it's cool how we did that, but then there's the fantasy elements as well of obviously like the sorcery and the magic users, the demons. That's a good two-handed weapon that we can use. Farkuth's Bite. Let's use that, and then we can use our Stunning Punch. But yeah, so then there's the fantasy elements as well, which is like the demons, the sorcery, the gods, and all that jazz. But then some of the demons and stuff that was probably one of the first... rather, I don't want to say cinematic universe because it's not in cinema, but like combined universes where Lovecraftian demons and monsters formed part of the lore of Conan as well. So we're through. We need to enter the city. We've got to take care of some gorillas first. What are you going to drop for me? A banana. There's food buffs in this game too. So this will give me +7 to health and +2.2 non-combat regen. So we'll eat that. I'm not sure where that jungle ape was hiding that banana. So we're now attuned to that resurrection point, which hopefully we'll never have to leave. Oh, coconuts. That was a glitched fatality, I think. I do think the Barbarian class is well suited to running around with a massive two-hander. There's a chest here. Let's take on the Ape King. Dead Ape King. Bananas and the Ape King's treasure. Come, Casilda. Let's make our way into the city. Look at that volcano with the sun above it.
Friend?
Another gate.
At least this one seems to be unlocked. On the other side, the city awaits us. We're close enough for me to make my own way from here. I've little coin or anything of value to reward you for the help you've given me, but speak with me inside the city and I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement.
I'll see you inside the city walls.
Just remember to say nothing about escaping your captors or killing any slavers. You crush picked heads with great skill, but stay out of trouble in the city if you want to see another sunrise.
Goodbye, Casilda.
We'll meet again.
I'm sure we will. And here we come to the monetization. It's like, this is the point where they're like, oh, you should buy something. So you can buy stuff from the cash shop with Funcom points, but you need to purchase the Funcom points. These rewards you get for being a subscriber. So obviously the longer you're a subscriber, the more rewards you can get. You can prepay for a certain period of times. I'm just a bit nervous about subscribing to a game like this that has little support from devs. But yeah, there's all different bits and pieces. Level 80 boosts, different mounts you can get. War Mammoth. A Xanthic-ridden death. And then character ones, additional character slots, teleport coins, bank storage, max inventory bag, 216 slots. That would be handy given that our current slots is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 24. Resource bag? What is a resource bag? Oh, because we've got resources in here too. At least they get stored separately. But I have 0 Funcom points, so I can't purchase anything. But we'll make our way down here. See what we can see. What level are we now? Level 5. I don't need to go that way yet. There's the city. Oh, here's a friend. A Sumerian bear shaman. Level 15. This pirate town reminds me so much of the town out of the movie Hook with Robin Williams in it.
Hail! I am World Captain Lalanga.
I seek to enter the city.
I can't let you in. You wear our prisoners' irons. The Red Hand rules Tortage now. They've no tolerance for escaped slaves on the streets.
The Red Hand?
You come from many leagues away, yes? The Red Hand is a splinter faction of the Red Brotherhood, the pirate alliance of the Western Seas. Admiral Storm controls the Red Hand. Therefore, Admiral Storm controls Tortage.
Sate my curiosity. Tell me more of the Red Hand and the Brotherhood.
People who talk deeply about such matters tend to run afoul of the Red Hand sooner rather than later. Announcing your interest is akin to announcing a death wish. I've seen people impaled because they offended Storm or one of the soldiers of the Red Hand. There are prettier ways to die, friend. Let it go.
How can I remove my shackles then?
You could use a smith's tools or a decent weapon, and I see you carry neither. Let it never be said that World Captain Laranga was a cold man, though. One of the city's blacksmiths, Turak, works over there by the lava river. Speak with him.
Goodbye, Laranga.
Farewell.
Let's go speak to Turok. The bear shaman is gone.
Aye?
Turok, can you break these shackles?
That's piss poor Stygian work if ever I saw it. Worst quality iron never used by a craftsman. No time though. The lava is rising, and if I don't get this dam finished, Tortage drowns in the volcano's burning blood.
If I help you, will you remove my chains?
There's a quarry just ahead, and I need stone bricks. I've seen neither hide nor hair of my wagon since my mule got spooked near the Acharonian ruins. But you've a strong back, eh? Bring me some stone bricks, and I'll smash your shackles.
What spooked the mule? Does danger lurk nearby?
Crom and Ymir, I ask you to carry a few bricks and you beg for the local legends. The lava rises, stranger. There's work to be done here. Now's not the time for tales of bat demons and the folklore of fools.
Very well. I'll go.
Glad you're finally convinced. Go, damn it all, go! Go then.
You are a tall man, Turok. I guess you'd have to be tall if you were hunted dinosaurs. Let me know in the comments if you understand that reference. I like Turok though. He's a Sumerian that calls it as it is. There's the quarry up ahead, but there's pirates guarding it. Another level. Oh, I thought I killed you. It goes ahead. Okay, before we go up, we'll just increase our run speed, increase our climbing, and we can do all hiding too. So we've got a new one, hiding. The hide skill gives you a chance of avoiding detection by enemies. This skill is capped at 60 currently. These bricks should be easy to get. There's one right there. Hey. There's another one. Ooh. Dead bat demon. It's a cool looking thing though, isn't it? Its face. It's got a armored helmet on. One more brick. Alright, deliver the bricks to... Let's take out these guys. There goes another head. I think you can increase your fatality chance with like gear and stuff. As well, which is pretty cool because the fatalities are powerful. Obviously they're an insta-kill, but then they give you that 20% damage buff too. Let's get down here and give the bricks to Turok. And get my slave irons off.
Hey?
I've got your stone bricks.
Oh, that's good. Now I can finish the job. Doubt anyone will hail me as a hero, but at least we all get to live another day.
Now for my chains.
Then let's do it before some Red Hand soldiers come by and see what we're about. Put your wrists on either side of that stone and turn your face aside.
One swing. I owe you my thanks.
I don't like to see chains on the undeserving. I've a powerful hate for featherweak, sticky, and iron too. It's a pleasure to destroy the stuff. Go then.
It looks like he has another quest for me.
Eh?
That's a fine weapon.
Of course it is. I'm the one forging it after all. I would be ashamed if it was not the best work I can do.
Would not have thought pirates needed such keen blades.
True. Most pirates are desperate scamps who fight with rusty cutlasses and blunted daggers. But some are fighting men who know a good sword when they see one. It's to those that I sell my blades. Would you do me a small favor?
What do you need?
The finest blue steel is made from an ore found only in my homeland, Samaria. I've got a supplier who sends me this metal. There should be a crate of it down at the North Docks, just eastward of the harbour market. Would you fetch it for me? I can offer a reward. I'll dig something out of my stockpile.
I'll fetch this blue ore for you.
Take this note and find Captain Redrick at the docks. His cursed slave ship just came into port. It's got my ore on board. By Crom, if that ship sank and I lost my ore, it would still be worth it, just to end that foul trade.
Redrick is the one that Sedua was going to sell me to as well. Why do you curse him so? How do you know him?
I know him of old. We fought side by side for a time as sellswords on battlefields in a dozen lands. He was among my closest friends. We grew up and I turned to my old trade of smithing. He became a filthy slaver.
You really hate him, don't you?
I drone on in my anger. Forget it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Fetch my ore. The boots will be yours.
Goodbye.
Go then.
I'm just going to say these little quest markets. We've got some quests up here. One from someone named Ninus. Let's get into the city. Laranga.
Another day on Tortage. Another day of bad ale and bad company.
No slave irons, Laranga. Let me in.
Why, how rare! You look much like an escaped slave who blindly approached me a short while ago, begging to come into Tortage. But I am sure you have never worn a slave's manacles in your life. Very well. You may pass, but there is a condition, my unsubtle renegade.
Name it.
Inside the city, you'll find a thirsty dog tavern close to the gate. The barmaid there, Tina. I want you to hand her this letter. I'll see her after I finish my duties today, so I'll know if you don't keep your word. tell her Loranga sent you. And keep your hands to yourself. Hear me?
I've not even met her yet you warn me against betting her?
Just, she is precious to me. I apologize for my words, eh? Now take the note.
I'll bring her your note.
Thank you. A word of wisdom if you've the time. This was your first lesson in how Tortage works. A favor for a favor. And you're only as good as your word. Be careful when scratching others' backs that someone doesn't plant a dagger in yours. You think the jungle was bad? Welcome to your new home.
Goodbye.
Watch out for the Picts.
And we're in. Here we are in Tortage, the pirate city on the Barachan Isles. I think that's where we'll end this episode today. Thanks for joining me. If you played this game before, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for coming.